Rely on the Weather Network to help you see and understand it better. With our new hyperlocal radar imaging, enhanced 3D, and hour-by-hour storm tracking system, we'll deliver all the weather details you want in a more visually dynamic way.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. Upload your photos and videos. Visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by eharmony.ca. Start communicating for free today. Must be 18 or over.
Now, the top 5 Canadian wildfires this century. Number 5, the summer of 2011, Northern Ontario. Hot, dry, windy conditions, 4,500 people displaced from their homes. At 4, an enormous fire near James Bay shut down transmission lines. That put out the power for 500,000 Quebecers. Number 3, an intense fire near Chisholm, Alberta on May 23rd. It ultimately consumed 116,000 hectares, the largest fire in Alberta's history. BC's Summer of Fire will never be forgotten. It's number 2, the worst blaze, the Okanagan Mountain Fire near Kelowna. It destroyed 250 homes. And number 1, our smallest fire, but yet the costliest, $700 million in damages in Slave Lake, Alberta, 2011. For more top 5 videos, log on to our website, theweathernetwork.com.
My name is Dan with the Twisted Chasers, a severe weather spotter here in Calgary, Alberta, and I love to do weather photography, and that's my biggest passion since I've been a little kid. I used to live in Edmonton, Alberta, where I witnessed the 1987 EF4 tornado, and I think that's what really sparked my interest in taking weather photography. Weather plays the biggest role in my photography. I usually use weather models and weather reports before I set out to shoot. My favorite weather conditions are lightning storms. My favorite image came probably this year. It was a beautiful lightning storm. Many strikes, and they were about a minute to 30 seconds apart. The worst weather conditions I probably have ever shot in is when I chased a storm south of Calgary near Claresholm, Alberta, where it was dropping large hail and high winds. I enjoy being part of the Weather Network community, so I can share my photos with you guys. My biggest tip for somebody trying to get into this field of photography is obey all the rules of the road, pay attention to all the changing road conditions, and always have an escape route plan in case the weather turns on you.
Great look there. Thank you for that. And also to all the viewers who sent in their pictures and videos yesterday of the supermoon. Awesome job. Such a wonderful view to see it literally from across Canada. All thanks to you guys. Now this here is a look at weather all across Canada. I'm Rachel Schutzen. You're watching the Weather Network. We're focusing in on this here. This is the cold front that's moving through. And what this is doing is it's bringing down temperatures and bringing in some rainfall with it as well. We see some spotty rain showers in through southern Ontario, heavier rains up towards the north. And as this cold front continues to slide further south, it's going to become a little more organized in through Tuesday. I'll tell you what that means in a second. But first, I want to take you to Cochrane. Look at this here on Sunday. We did see some breezy conditions, some overcast skies. Thank you, Colin, for capturing this scene here. But back to that cold front. As that cold front comes down, well, it's going to put this in place. A thunderstorm potential. All non-severe in nature, but throughout southern Ontario, even in through southern Quebec tomorrow, the thunderstorm risk is going to be there. Now, as we move ahead here and take a look at some of the temperatures, and also as we move into Tuesday, how much more widespread that risk is. Now, this cold front eventually is going to make its way into the Atlantic, and as it moves here, it's going to be bringing in some rain. What it's also going to do is meet up with an offshore low, and as it interacts with places like Halifax on Wednesday, that's when we're really going to be talking about heavy rainfall totals in the next coming days. But for Tuesday, still a nice day. Halifax at 24, St. John's at 22. You can start to see that cold front just coming in. You can see Edmundston and the Gaspé getting into some spotty showers as we look at Tuesday. Now let's go to the west coast here and across the prairies as well. It's going to be a beautiful day in Calgary on Tuesday. Temperatures are warming up into the prairies again. We have northerly winds today, but southerly as we get midweek, and that's a nice bump in temperatures for you.
This weather segment has been brought to you by WeatherTight Shingles, featuring 2 bands of high-tack adhesive for maximum protection.
We gather for blazing treetops, on pumpkin-guarded porches. We celebrate the harvest and harvest a celebration. We pass turkey to friends, scoop potatoes with family, and pour gravy with them all. And we do it knowing Clubhouse herbs and spices are at the heart of the flavor that brings your family together. Clubhouse. Bring flavor home.
In a world where mornings are early, Tim Hortons makes them delicious with new grilled breakfast wraps featuring the spicy chorizo grilled wrap. It will dramatically change the way you do breakfast.
Go back in A-plus style with Akeem Optical's back-to-school sale. Get 50% off when you buy 2 pairs of complete prescription eyeglasses. Plus Akeem's Spare Pair for Kids offer. 2 designer frames, including Unbreakable's lenses from only $98.
Earlier today, my husband said he was in pain. He couldn't bend, twist, or lift.
He used to reach for pills until he discovered Voltaren Emil Gel. It's a proven medication that delivers a triple effect in an innovative gel. First, it relieves pain at its source. Then it reduces inflammation. And finally, it speeds up the body's natural healing process.
Ready for round 2?
Voltaren Emil Gel, the joy of movement.
Hold on. We just switched our home and auto insurance to Desjardins and saved a bundle. We don't have to walk away. Not today, honey.
There are better things to spend your money on than insurance. Switch to Desjardins Insurance and save more than $450 on average. Even more with Adjusto.
On August 5th, 2006, an F2 tornado struck Gull Lake, Manitoba, destroying over 20 trailers and causing significant damage to farms and lodges. 1 person was killed and a dozen were injured. It was the first tornado-caused fatality in the province since 1977, when an F4 tornado killed 3 people in Rosa on July 18th. Officials called it the worst tornado to hit the province in more than 70 years. On June 30th, 1922, a tornado killed 5 people in Portage la Prairie. The Weather Network's team of meteorologists and weather presenters use raw observational data from Environment Canada to create forecasts and give you the complete picture.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. Visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Tim Hortons' new Chipotle Chicken Grilled Lunch Wrap. It will dramatically change the way you do lunch.
Lunar eclipse captured on Sunday. A super typhoon takes aim. And how bad was the prairie's drought? This is News in a Minute. Sunday's lunar eclipse captured by many. A rare lunar eclipse shone in the night sky on Sunday, September 27th, visible from coast to coast in Canada. Not only was this a total lunar eclipse, but it was happening on the same night as the closest full moon of the year. Typhoon Dujuan takes aim at Taiwan. On Monday, Typhoon Dujuan was moving over Taiwan, bringing with it the threat of destructive winds and heavy rain. Dujuan's last reported winds were around 220 kilometers an hour, the equivalent of a Category 4 storm. It's expected to cross the north of Taiwan and make a second landfall in China by Tuesday. And lastly, the harvest may still suffer. The harvest is underway across the prairies, and in some areas, things are actually going better than expected. Late rain fueled crop growth. However, that doesn't mean there won't be a spike in insurance claims. That number could rise as high as $900 million.
Well, they came, they saw, and they weren't disappointed. Throngs of people trekked to the top of Citadel Hill for an elevated view of the eclipse.
It's my first time ever seeing this thing. They say it happens like once in a long time. So like I'm thinking whoever's missing this it's probably sad for them. It's probably sad.
It's exciting because we were going to go out to some remote area, some dark sky region, but then realized, of course, you don't need to do that. And to find everybody up here on the hill, it's a lot more fun when you do it with people. And maybe they've never seen anything like this before.
It's really awesome. I haven't obviously seen anything like this before, and I think Citadel Hill is a pretty perfect spot to watch. It's a really good vantage point.
We didn't think this many people were going to be here.
One of those things you just don't see that often. A lot of myth, a lot of story around it, what it's supposed to mean, what it's supposed to signify. Some people are saying a doomsday prophecy, whatever, but it's just something neat to see.
Very neat to see, and we thank all of you so much for sending us your pictures and videos of the event online at theweathernetwork.com. Now, as we look ahead here at some of the cloud tops, you can see this here. This is the cold front that's moving throughout Ontario. It's bringing in a thunderstorm risk tonight and into tomorrow as well. Yeah, it's also going to bring temperatures down quite a bit. Today, a very humid day, but as we get into Tuesday, well, the thunderstorm risk is there. Wednesday, that's when temperatures are going to drop throughout southern Ontario. As we look at some of the temperatures in through, let's say, Tuesday, here we can see the thunderstorm risk is quite heightened along the St. Lawrence and up into Quebec, even eastern portions of Ontario, and you can just see how widespread this is as well. Now let me take you into Birchie Bay. Have a look at this scene here. Nuka the dog is out. Beverly, thanks for sending us this. You can see the waves crashing against the shore. This was taken earlier today, and as we focus in on the maritime provinces, Charlottetown at 23, Sydney at 25. Tuesday, just like today, is going to be another beautiful day in your backyard, but we're awaiting this. The cold front in through Ontario and Quebec, that's going to make its way into the Atlantic, and as it does, this is going to be bringing you some active weather. What's also going to happen is this offshore low will meet up with it as well. So Wednesday, Thursday, even in through Friday, we are going to be looking at some unsettled conditions. Main targets for this, it's going to be Nova Scotia. Breezy conditions as well. Temperatures will be falling and a lot of rain in the forecast. Some models are suggesting over the next 4 days, Wednesday in through the weekend, we could see about 100 millimeters of rain here. Now, as you go onto the opposite coast, well, it's all about the dry conditions. Another good day in Vancouver, 19 degrees today, 21 in through Tuesday, Calgary up to 19. So we're talking about really the warm up in through Alberta. So that's the good news there. Warming up across the prairies. Well, today is quite a cool day. Winds are coming out of the north. And as we look ahead into Tuesday, places like Regina, a little better there at 19. Winnipeg, still below seasonal there at 14. But what's going to happen here is winds are going to switch. They're going to come out of the south. Not a lot of weather's going on. So this is going to allow some of your temperatures to rise. But look at this here. This is a look ahead in through this week. You can really see the lack of weather. All of the rain is really just contained up through the BC north coast. The south stays nice and dry. Across the prairies, same sort of situation here. But I do want to let you know, Alberta, you're in for quite the cool down as we look ahead into next weekend. Potential for snow.